Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1532.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about this is Crypto Week in the House. That's right, in the House, they're voting on passage of legislation concerning digital assets in the lower chamber. This is the week that the Genius Act, the Clarity Act, and the Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act will be voted on. After that, the Stablecoin and Market Structure Bill are expected to be on the President's desk by August. We have only 3 more weeks until Congress's summer recess begins, so they have a lot of work to do. First, the Genius Act notably calls for a tiered approach to overseeing stablecoin issuers, allowing those with under $10 billion in issued assets to be monitored at the state level. So it tells people who want to issue stablecoins exactly what they have to do and how they are regulated. Under $10 billion in issued assets, it's regulated at the state level, and over $10 billion in assets, it's regulated at the federal level. The Stablecoin Act is the second act, and it establishes that the primary authorities for stablecoin regulation will be at the federal level, and state power is more conditional. It divides the authority between the CFTC, the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, and the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, and establishes a formal definition for digital commodities. So the Clarity Act is what actually is going to define what crypto is. Is it a commodity or is it a security? And who's the right regulator for it? And the third act in legislation is the Clarity Act. So all that arguing we had over whether XRP was a security or was it a commodity is going to be clarified by this act. Of course, we already know from the judge it definitely is not a security. And we know from Brad Garlinghouse that the correct regulator, he believes, will be the CFTC. We also have the Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act, which is something that people feel very strongly about. That would prohibit the Federal Reserve from issuing a central bank digital currency directly or indirectly to individuals, and that addresses the widespread concerns about government surveillance and financial privacy. Yeah, thank goodness for that. By blocking a U.S. CBDC, the act aims to preserve Americans' financial autonomy and prevent the potential overreach seen in other countries. So a lot is going on to bring in legislation, and this is so important because the large institutions, the big money that needs to have legislation in order to be able to invest, well, this will simply open the door for bringing in more money into cryptocurrency. It will finally be a regulated asset. It will finally be defined. It will finally be told who the regulators are and guidelines it has to follow. So I see all of this as very positive for the cryptocurrency industry and for our cryptocurrency investments going forward. It's hard to believe it's been 5 years since we started investing in our first cryptocurrency, XRP. And at that time, it was right around 25 cents. And today, XRP is crossing over $3. But over the last 5 years, it's actually outperformed Bitcoin. It's increased over 13 times. And we're still so early and we still have so much to look forward to. So occasionally people say to me, they wish they had gotten in earlier. They feel like they're so late. They feel like they've missed out on so much. Absolutely not. This is the week we're getting regulation, finally. Yes, we invested 5 years before this, but that's what allowed a little bit of the Wild West happening is because we didn't have the laws. Now, when the laws come into effect, it's going to create more cohesion with traditional finance, in my opinion. So this is all very positive news for crypto investors, and we're still very early. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available. And all of my podcasts are on my website at lindapjones.com/podcasts. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly newsletter for more wealth tips for your financial freedom. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.